Minnesota's #1 weatherman, Fox 9 Chief Meteorologist Ian Leonard.
Yeah, thank you very much.
That's
a heck of a billing.
It's true. It's true.
What's the rank? Is this like a coach's ranking kind of thing? Is there an AP
It's an
poll
AP
as well?
poll.
Yeah.
As your forecast gets worse, you drop in the polls. Hey, you hear Leonard's ranked 25th? Like, how did I drop so far? I don't even think there's 25 people.
I don't even know any other meteorologists outside of Fox 9. That's how big.
Well, I mean, you just totally undermined your compliment. You're like, you're the #1 guy.
No,
but I don't know anybody else, so you're automatically.
What's the best restaurant in town? Oh, it's Shea Fla Fla Fla. Well, where else have you eaten? Nowhere.
What is the best restaurant in town? For me and Leonard, by the way.
Oh, that's a case. No, but could I? But
Yeah, that's tough.
so I have I mean, I think you have to divide it into categories, like almost ethnic food categories, because I love them all, and to choose one, it'd be like saying who's your favorite kid. Yeah. It's not going to happen. Yeah. I got
a favorite kid.
No, you have a favorite kid? I love. Oh wow. I really do love the Smack Shack.
Okay.
And it's seafood, but they have the best wings in town.
Yeah.
I'm going to start. I mean, this is not good, but we'll talk about this another day. Yeah. I'm going to bring in, let's do this. Let's do like a Hot Ones. Yeah. And I'll bring in a selection of wings. Oh. And one of those selections of wings will actually be my own, with my own sauce. And we'll see if you guys have the palate to pick it out.
I would like that.
I would love
this
that.
Is a great
Are you an elite wing mind? Are you a great wing chef?
I know what I like.
Yeah.
I know what kind of wings I like. I don't like slimy. I think we're getting off topic here. No, I don't like slimy. I don't like undercooked. And I don't like just a blah sauce.
Yeah.
I like it just like pow.
With some gusto.
Yeah. And you feel it the next day, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We'll talk about the NOAA here, the winter outlooks, which is why we have you on. Yeah. The first snow of the season, it's been reported, International Falls yesterday and today. The NOAA, they're going to say it's a bad winter. Do you follow that? Or?
Okay, so
what is the NOAA?
Yeah.
National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Association. So it is basically the organization that oversees everything weather that's government based, including the National Weather Service. They also create and compare and contrast all the modeling data, millions and millions of algorithmic digits that we truly use. We don't use their forecast, but we use the output from some of their supermodels. Here's the thing. Winter forecasting, when you live in Minnesota, is silly. Because as a nerd, I get into it. They'll be like, we'll talk about how it might be statistically a little warmer and snow might be a little bit down. To which I go, okay, nerds unite, and we'll talk about it over there in the corner. But for everybody else, 99% of the people in Minnesota, here's the news flash. It's still going to be really ridiculously cold. Yeah. You're still going to have to contend with snow and ice on the roads and all that other bad stuff, and you're still going to have to shovel. So when we put out this, when you start reading these winter outlooks, I'm like, we ought to just chill. And literally we will. Because it's going to get cold, it's going to get snowy, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Will we have slightly less snow? Okay, so let's put it all into perspective. Right. Up to about 15 years ago, I would take a month to do the research to try and put our own winter forecast together. And there's ready for this?
Yeah.
All nerds, please unite. All nerds, please unite. Wonder nerds. So there's the North Atlantic Oscillation. There's the Pacific Decadal Oscillation. There's ENSO, which is La Niña and El Nino. There's the Bermuda High. There's the polar front jet, the subtropical jet. All of these things, a myriad of components. I just named 7, of which there's probably 30. Now, if you were to be a person who at the very beginning of the year said, these 30 football players on this particular team, altogether, that means they're going to win the Super Bowl. Well, the first week, 2 guys get injured. The second week, another guy gets traded. I mean, things change. Even as you're looking at it from the outset, and you go, that's the perfect alignment of everything. And that's the problem with these long-range forecasts. We take chaos, and we go, I got it. And then you go, I know what this chaos is going to be doing in 12 weeks. Yeah. And I'm here to say, we're just human. We can do that. We will do it. I think it's human nature to try and predict, whether it's sports or food or anything like that. I think it's human nature. We want to try and go, I got it. It's under my thumb. I nailed it. It's a tough one. So I think the takeaway here, and not to put it down, not to put my own occupation down, but the takeaway is it's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy. With a La Niña starting to show up, and we're just barely off neutral. So that, if you got this is the pendulum, you got El Nino, you're like, wow, there's nothing going on. It's like we didn't have winter. And then there's a La Niña, a big one. You're like, this is the worst winter ever. When you get to neutral, here's how the forecast works. Officially, it's equal parts of above and below average. What? I mean, it's the biggest cop-out ever. So we're just barely on the La Niña side right now. If and when a deep La Niña develops, we'd be looking for more snow. The core of the most snow would be the central Great Lakes. And we end up being just on the fringe here in western Wisconsin and parts of Minnesota. We would be cooler than an average year. But like I said, we're talking statistically cooler, maybe 3 degrees cooler for the entire 3-month winter period. You're not going to feel it.
Right.
So.
But that's not a good enough headline. You got to put like terrible, the second coming of the Ice Age
La
winter.
Niña to kill everybody. And you're like, oh my God, I better click on that. You're absolutely right. And that's the day and age we live in. And it doesn't make any sense if we say, this winter it's going to be cold again and there's going to be some snow. Thanks for watching and clicking. People be like, that's the worst forecast in the history of the world. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of clickbait out there, and there is in everything we do.
Right.
But when it comes to these seasonal forecasts, look, the truth is we're getting better. And here's the truth when it comes to Minnesota. When you don't look at where the numbers come from, but you as a meteorologist, you sit down, you do the research, and you put the numbers together. In the last 30 years, we are technically, statistically up in temperatures. And our greatest change in temperatures has been overnight lows during the winter. And again, something you might not necessarily feel, but here's where the big change happens. It makes it harder and harder for us to hold onto our snowpack longer and longer. And you're like, well, that's good. Let's get rid of the snow. We are an agricultural state. The longer we hold onto our snowpack, the less topsoil we lose. Topsoil erosion due to winds in the spring. And the longer we hold onto our snowpack, the more we get a snow melt. It melts down into the fields and we can hold onto it instead of it running off on frozen soil. So there are little tiny things like that. Again, and I know this gets like way in the weeds and way nerdy, but
literally in the weeds.
It's kind of who I am. We were talking off camera, and I said, I'm just a dad who's a nerd. And there's a lot of times, 2.5 minutes on Fox 9 to do the forecast. You don't have a lot of time to really hit this sort of stuff. But yeah, statistically, things have changed dynamically in the last 30 years. And in terms of climatology, we have records that go back all the way to the 1800s. We call those the pioneer era, right? Like Laura Ingalls Wilder. And they're good, but they're not great. There's not a lot of old quality control in the gas thermometers and things like that they used to use. So we use 30-year climate data, which when you think about it, I mean, how old are you?
33. Yeah. 31.
31.
Yeah. I'm a lot
35.
older than that.
35.
I'm about to turn 60.
Oh.
So, but it's my point is 30 years isn't a long time.
No.
And even if you double it to my age, it's still not a long time.
Right.
So there haven't been these big epoch momentous shifts.
Yeah.
But there are little tiny ones that we can see, and they're little tiny trends. There are little tiny biofauna. The moors and the fungus and the molds that people don't care about. But without getting at least 22 days of real cold temperatures, they don't die off anymore like they used to in the 70s. So that really hits the northern boreal forest. That hits things like chronic wasting disease for the elk and the deer and the moose and all the. I'm putting Max to sleep, dude.
No, I love it.
So, I mean, these are all the little things that we key on, but that's not clickable either. People are like, northern boreal forest retreating. People be like, Yeah, I'm not clicking on that link. That sounds boring.
Yeah, you've dropped so much knowledge on us, but Paul's going to make the headline of this clip: Ian Leonard hates meteorology. Because we need people to click on it.
And that's the thing. I don't want to. I'm not assaulting my very own profession.
Of course, yeah.
Well, I'm just letting people know that there's a lot of real in-depth stuff that we love to talk about. Yeah. Most people don't. Yeah. The emerald ash borer.
Yeah.
People drive down a neighborhood and they'll see like these orange ribbons on trees, or the trees will be spray painted orange. Mm-hmm. Those trees got to go, and you're like, no. Not that big, beautiful, majestic tree. Yeah, it's infectable. Why? Because we don't have as deep and cold a winters anymore to kill a lot of these bugs, to kill a lot of these mold and spore and fungi. Yeah. And that's what you are. You're a fungi.
I am a fungi. We actually talked about the emerald ash borers on this show one time.
That's right. We did.
We've kind of covered some meteorology.
Yeah, so all of that sort of stuff, climatology and really it's geosciences, that whole thing together. Yeah. It is changing. Yeah. There's absolutely no doubt. It's not changing at a rate that has been promised for all these years. It isn't.
You bring up El Nino and La Niña. What's the difference between the two of those? And I know we're at neutral right now. What are the extremes?
So if you were to just give you a basic idea of what it is, it's the changing of the sea surface temperatures down toward equatorial portions of the Pacific. Yeah. So an El Nino winter would see those sea surface temperatures go higher. Yeah. And that changes the positions of the overall flow of the subtropical jet and the polar front jet. Mm-hmm. If we can move the polar front jet stream further to the north, it is the bottling of the cold Arctic air. The further north, the less winter we get. It's fairly simple stuff. Yeah. It's kind of like X plus Y equals fungi.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's an equal and opposite reaction to whatever's happening in the atmosphere. Yeah. So when we can change things on a massive scale, I mean, think about changing sea surface temperatures on a massive scale. No upwelling, it changes the dynamics, it changes the fishing industry down toward Central America. It changes the way the biofauna moves, and some people even think it starts to move some of, or at least inhibit or make the tectonic plates perhaps shift a little easier. Wow. So there's a lot of, you do this, you get that.
Yeah.
And I always use a sports analogy. If something happens at this point in the game, it creates something else at another point in the game, if not almost immediately. Mm-hmm. In hockey, it's always the team races down, and it's like the most incredible scoring chance. The team goes down the ice the other way, and it's generally a goal.
Right,
You're like, how does that happen all the time? So for us, it's always about trying to find those keys. Yeah. We look for those markers, and once we find those markers, we tend to extrapolate it, and then we extrapolate it really far, and then we get a really good headline for the website.
You mentioned how it's kind of notorious. Like the further out you go, it kind of gets the murkier out it gets.
For sure.
I guess how far can you actually predict until it starts to get inaccurate?
Well, it's a great question. People get mad at us. As meteorologists, we'll be at a grocery store standing in line, and somebody says, "Oh, you really messed that one up." And you're like, "What do you mean?" Well, you said it was going to rain, and then I have to say, "Well, no, I didn't. I don't know who you watch." And they're like, "Oh, yes, you did." I say, Here's what we'll do. You go and buy a couple of coffees. I like a espresso straight. And you bring it to the TV station, and we'll watch the video of the forecast. And if I didn't say that, then you get a tour of the TV station, you brought me a coffee. And if I did say it, I'll give you the money for the coffees. And people are always like, no, forget it. But the 3-day forecast in the 1970s was about as accurate as the 7-day forecast is now. Mm-hmm. So we're getting much better at moving forward in time, but it is an imperfect science. I'm the first person to say that. Temperature forecasting is much easier than precipitation forecasting as we move out further and further in time. But what clouds that over in the winter is the amount of snowpack we have. Mm-hmm. So look at this table. It's basically a bright color. Yep. Yeah. If we were to take this outside on a bright sunny day, this table would warm up, but it wouldn't be hot. Mm-hmm. Right next to it, have a table like this, it's black. Yeah. You couldn't put your hands on it. It's super hot. So that's the reflectivity of a substance, and we call that albedo. Mm-hmm. The more sunshine we get in the winter versus how much snow we get. So, man, I'm getting deep.
Albedo.
We love it.
We warm up not by the sun passing through the air, but by the sun passing through the air and warming up the ground, resonates heat, and warms up the lowest levels of the atmosphere. That's how we get a warm, sunny day.
Interesting.
During the winter, the albedo of snow is extremely high. The sun penetrates, hits the snow, and is reflected or refracted away. It can't warm up the ground. That's why on a beautiful sunny day, it's still 10 below.
Yeah.
Right? So
Those are the worst.
So, we say, I know, right?
I feel so betrayed. I know it's January, but like I see the sun and I'm like, yay! And it's like, damn you.
So for years, I've been calling that a window forecast day. So you're inside and you look out the window, you're like, oh my God, everybody, we're going outside. And you get outside and you're like, oh, this sucks. It's freezing. So, trying to figure out how much snow is going to be around in January directly influences how warm and or cold January is going to be. So, I was talking earlier about all those factors that go into this. It's not a cop-out, but it's a real tough thing to do. And I think anybody who says it with any degree of this is what's going to happen in January, that's the accurate forecast. Good night, America. I would pull them aside and go, dude, I mean, I get it. You're trying to sell it, but come on.
Ian, before we let you go, I know you're from Canada. You going to be watching the World Series? You excited about this on Fox?
Yeah, I am. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved the Blue Jays in the early 90s. I still think, and I can't believe that people don't quote this. I think one of the greatest World Series plays of all time is the Joe Carter walk-off homer. And people say, oh, no, it was Boggs, it was all those other things. And I say, it doesn't matter what team it was. It was a walk-off to win the World Series.
Yes.
How can that not be one of the greatest?
You don't get more theatrical than
No.
Yes.
And that was when the Blue Jays have been in the league, 41, 42 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And to do that is amazing. But then I run into people like, oh, yeah, that Canadian team. I'm like, I don't think there's any Canadian players on it. It's geographic, man. I mean, it's a wild series, though.
Yeah.
That's a lot of plane riding.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
For these players, man, and somebody's got to stay with all the passports and keep them all in control and figure that out. There's a lot going on. I mean, I'd like the Blue Jays to win. I'm not a big Dodgers guy, if I'm being honest, but I will tell you this. The Dodgers have those 3 lefty hitters with Ohtani as well.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go right through the bullpen of the Blue Jays. I'm saying that. So here's what I would, and Max, I think you'd agree. A wager, you just talked about wagering.
Yeah.
A wager is absolutely needed at this point in time. Would you not agree, my friend?
I think so.
I think so,
I think
too.
there is.
I got one for you. How about this?
It's going to be...
This is fair. This is fair. The Blue Jays win. I'll send you some. I'll bring some C's candy, each handcrafted in Los Angeles. The best chocolate in America. I'll give you a whole box of C's.
It's the worst wager.
If the Blue Jays win, I get some authentic poutine. You make some poutine?
I could get poutine for sure.
Yeah,
my friend owns a big poutine.
Or the wings. Or you bring in the wings for us.
Oh, we're doing that anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got it.
No,
I think you guys switch jobs for a day. Adam does the meteorology. If the Blue Jays win, Adam has to be on the board.
Oh, that would be
You could assist.
Cool. Just for one segment.
Yeah, just one segment.
segment.
You'll be there to help him
You
out.
have to put on a suit of my choosing.
Yes.
A tie of my choosing.
Yeah, you basically have to cosplay as Ian.
Okay. I'm down for this.
All right, yeah, that's good.
I'm
we'll
down
work
for
it out.
this.
We'll make it we'll make it a 7 p.m. segment.
I
We'll
love
get
it.
And listen, I'm not going to throw you to the dogs. We'll bring you in there. We'll train you up.
Sure.
A lot of physicality,
Sure.
a lot of put chin-ups and stuff
This
like
is great.
that.
This is great. I like this. I like this.
Great.
C's candies. Get out of here.
Well,
What am I, 10 years old?
I like C's. It's the only chocolate I eat.
You're going to pull them out of your
They're
pocket.
handcrafted
They're
in
gonna
LA.
Like your grandma, and they got lint on them.
Get one of my afro hairs on
Here,
them.
this is fine. Just eat it. It's fine.
Go for it.
C's candies. Oh, my God.
The funny thing is,
Maybe we could bet some Werther's hard candies.
this is the only chocolate I eat. I know we had our Minnesota-LA bet. The game is happening tonight, although we don't really claim the Chargers, so I can't really side with them.
No,
So,
that's
yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah,
fine. No, it's got to be
This is
Dodgers,
better.
Blue Jays.
This is
And
better.
I'm making this wager knowing full well that I think the Dodgers bats are going to be on fire.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a really great fight. It's gonna be fun. You can watch all the games on Fox 9. It'll be great. You're coming on after all the games. So
I'm rooting for the Blue Jays so hard now. I need to see
This
it.
whole
So
everybody is. I get it. It's kind of LA against the world here, so it's
Hell
fine.
yeah.
Whatever narrative you guys got to tell yourself.
You and Bateman. What's his name? Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, he's a big Dodgers guy.
Yeah. Ian, we really appreciate you coming in.
I'm not sure I answered any questions.
Oh, you did.
You answered all the questions.
We got way into the weeds.
This is great. This was really great.
That's why we love you.
Maybe another great place to be a meteorologist is Southern California. Here in Minnesota, it's wintertime there and whatever. It's
Man, the dudes on the air at San Diego, they're like, let's check the weather radishes today in the weather garden. And my wife's from San Diego, and I go down there. I'm like watching the weather, going, weather radishes. What am I missing? But there's not a lot to talk. Hey, let's check out the surf report. It's rolling 3 to 5 off the La Jolla shore. Like, wow, this is cool.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's where you go when you don't really want to do too much.
Yeah. Shout out to La Jolla, by the way, one of the great cities in the world.
I love surfing and swimming at La Jolla Shores. Point and back, that's the best.
Yeah, Torrey Pines, great place.
Yeah, love it.
I love it. So we got some San Diego. We're talking the Chargers later today. This is great.
Right.
Lots
Lots of LA love. Lots of LA love.
What are you bringing?
I'm not bringing anything, apparently. I'm just a bum. I'm a beach bum. I'm just here tanning.
I like that.
Tan on,
We'll rent our boards off Max. Max's Seaside Shack.
Yes.
It's like pina coladas and surfboards.
Pina Frolada.
Yes.
Frolada. Yeah. Okay, I like it.
I love this bet. This is great.
Yeah.
That was a great idea. This is great.
I'm excited.
We just want to see him on the air.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
People be like, what's going on
hell
here?
is
Who's
going
that? Who's that fella? And then you can come on too.
Yeah, I would love to.
We'll do a double.
Yeah.
We'll do a double.
Yeah.
We'll do a double. This is great.
Tag team weather.
Great.
Tag team weather.
Tag
get, like,
team
tag team.
back again.
Oh.
Yeah.
We can have the whole matching outfits. We'll get tag team titles. This would be amazing.
Belts.
Yes. Got to.
This is gonna be great.
Ian, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I didn't even do nothing. I just came. This is fun.
Yeah.
I did make one last request. The last time I was here, I said, can we make sure there's some food around? Maybe just some snacks. This is my snack time of the day.
Yeah, sure.
And there's nothing.
We've had some the last couple of days.
It's a veritable wasteland of